Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this video for the full moon in Aries. So for those of you who are new, hello and welcome in. It's great to have you here. If you want to learn more about how to get the most out of these readings, the kind of energies I call in, the kinds of ways that I encourage you to engage with this material and your spiritual support team that we work with to get guidance for these phases and to learn more about ourselves, you can check out my tutorial video on how to get the most out of these videos. It's like a welcome video. It covers the things that I say over and over again and gets you caught up to speed with how to get the most out of what I'm offering. It's totally not necessary, but it is an option available to you if that feels good and aligned. So to those who are not new, hello and welcome back in. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate having you here. It is really fun to be able to offer this service as I'm learning more and diving deeper into this amazing modality of astrology, and the combination of it with the cards is just really super fun. And so I've been enjoying the guidance that's coming through and benefiting from it. And I know you guys have been commenting that you have as well. And it really means a lot to me. So just taking this moment, as I do every video, to connect with you and to let you know how much I appreciate you being here and how much of an honor it is to be able to be of service to you in this way. So let's talk about full moon energy. The cycle of a full moon is always going to give us the opportunity to celebrate. It's this pinnacle moment where all of the energy of a certain archetype is being celebrated, honored. It's at the fullest of its potential. So every time there's a full moon, it's always going to be in the opposite sign of where the sun is in. So each sign of the zodiac has an opposite. And the opposite of Libra, which is the solar season we're in, if you haven't watched my solar season Libra readings, which gives you more information about the Libra archetype and clues you in to where this energy shows up in your life, and of course gives you guidance to how to navigate this solar season, check those out. So the opposite of Libra is the energy of Aries. So the moon was new in Aries 6 months ago. And that's going to become more relevant. The 6-month period between phases, new and full, is going to be relevant next month because we have an eclipse. And eclipse energies typically last those entire 6 months, whereas the energy of the traditional moon cycles only lasts for about 28 days. So you'll see here that we're having this full moon in Aries, which is the opposite of Libra, on October 9th, and it's going to be happening at 16:55 Eastern time. And our energies here are going to be relevant until November 8th, which is when the full moon in Taurus happens, and that will be an eclipse. So that will be really referencing the last 6 months. But the full moon energy here, let's get back to that, is a celebration. The archetype of Aries is the energy of the beginning of the zodiac. It's this spark vibration. It's what gets everything into motion, into action. And it's the energy of passion. So we are going to be diving into where emotionally in your life there is a celebration of passion, and where energetically in your life, like where specifically is that celebration happening in your life. So how does it relate to the emotions, this celebration of passion, and where does it relate to you? So the two things that you're going to be watching for in these readings, you're going to be watching for 2 different alignments. Don't worry if you're not on the right video right now. I'm going to tell you how to find which videos to watch, and then you can navigate to the right video when it's time, when you're done watching this introduction. It's the same for everybody, okay? So the first reading that you're going to want to tune into is the advice for where the moon was when you were born. So you are going to need your birth chart. So on your birth chart, you're going to be looking for this symbol, and you're going to be looking for the astrological sign, the zodiac sign, that this symbol is in. If you do not know how to access your birth information, how to read a birth chart, I created a tutorial video to help navigate you through that system. You can go ahead and watch that tutorial video. Ask me questions at the end if you do not understand enough to guide yourself to the right videos, and I will be happy to explain. So you're going to want to know where the moon was when you were born, and you're going to want to watch the advice that's relevant for where the moon was when you were born. The other alignment you're going to watch for is where this full moon is happening in your life. To know where this full moon is happening in your life, you're going to look for 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries, and you're going to find which house that occurs for you. And then you'll watch that relevant advice. Again, if you don't understand what that means, that tutorial video will cover how to find out which house this is in for you. Now, I've created a new tutorial video to show you how to use the whole house system. I love the whole house system. I think it's very easy to explain, especially for people who are very new to astrology, and it makes it a lot easier to understand. So essentially, if you already know your rising sign, if you're using the whole house system, you can find out which house Aries is in by going through the zodiac from your ascending sign all the way until you find Aries. So my ascending sign is Virgo. Okay, so that would be the first house. The next sign in the zodiac is Libra, second house. Third house would be Scorpio. Fourth would be Sagittarius. Fifth would be Capricorn. Sixth would be Aquarius. Seventh would be Pisces. Eighth would be Aries. Okay, so you have to know the order of the zodiac, and you have to know your ascending sign to be able to utilize the whole house system to find out which house this is in for you. You can also utilize any other house system and just watch the advice that's relevant for the house system that you're watching. And if all of that went over your head, watch the tutorial video. It'll explain, okay? I don't want to leave you guys in the dust here, but I have been leaving little breadcrumbs and giving you videos that you can watch and access to help you navigate these understandings, these awarenesses, these readings. So we are going to be getting guidance from the Goddess Power Oracle by Collette Reid. And before we dive into the individual readings, I just want to let you guys know that there's many ways you can support me as I support you, as we support each other. You can join my chakra meditation service. It's on WhatsApp. It's only $14.40 a month. You can sign up at devotedandvulnerable.com/services, which is also where you will find my new chart reading services that I'm going to be offering. I'm very excited to roll out this service, and I'm also very nervous about it. I'm even having trouble talking about it because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally feel ready, and I'm really excited to dive into your chart with you. If you want to learn more about the uniqueness of you, the geometry of you, beyond what I offer in these free readings. And of course, you can always comment on the videos. That helps me with the algorithms and gets me out to more people. And you can always share this with people. And there's always the option to donate if you feel inspired to do that at paypal.me/devotedvulnerable. Link is in the description. Let's get to your individual readings. So this reading is for you if the moon was in Aquarius when you were born, and or if 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries shows up in your 11th house. If you haven't already taken a few deep breaths, called in your support team, and opened your heart to receiving the guidance that's most aligned for you at this time, I invite you to do that. Ooh, there you are. Very, very powerful here. Metis is coming in with wisdom and the number 36. You might see that number this lunar phase to validate this message for you, to guide you in this celebration energy that we are in. Here is Metis's message. Experience woven together with knowledge creates a beautiful thing. Wisdom. Its parts are intertwined like a finely made rope that is so strong it cannot be cut. Wisdom, once earned, becomes an essential part of you. Right now, the Greek goddess of wisdom, Metis, says you know exactly what to do in your current circumstances. The real question is, do you have the courage and commitment to make a wise choice? Your answer is not to hide. You are being invited to look within rather than without. Take the wisdom you have already and apply it to your question. Perhaps, however, you must instead draw forth the humility to find someone wiser to weigh in. In this powerful time, others may seek out your own wisdom. This is an auspicious period when new relationships are founded on deep truths shared with others. You are entering a potent period of your life to share all that you are and all that you have learned. Extraordinary things are possible when the goddess Metis reminds you of your wisdom and the need to express it. So really 3 things here that she's saying. You have the wisdom within you to guide you at this time. You may be called to gain more wisdom from a teacher that feels resonant with you, that you feel called to learn from. You'll know because it feels like a yes in your body. Like, yes, I want to learn from this person. I want to embody the knowledge and wisdom that this person has. I want to receive it. And or you're being invited to share your wisdom with others. Let's see how this relates to the moon alignment. If you're here for the house interpretation, scroll ahead. So first, we're going to talk a little bit about what the moon in Aquarius means in our lives. So if you're already familiar with this energy, you can scroll ahead to the interpretation. The moon represents the emotions, and the sign it's in represents how your emotions express. So for you, your emotions express themselves through the Aquarian archetype. Aquarius is an air sign, even though it's known as the water bearer. If you think about our planet, it is the air that takes the water around the planet, that transports it. So you are the water bearer, the water bringer, as the air vibration. Aquarius is a fixed air sign, which means you are a stubborn, unchanging air sign. The fixed energies are always the full representation of the season that they're in. So Aquarius is the full energy of winter in the northern hemisphere. You are a very sure, intellectual, stubborn sign. And that's true about your emotions, okay? So your emotions express themselves through the Aquarian archetype, which is being clever, original, inventive, rebellious, and humanitarian. Your heart is 100% in what it is that you're here to do, to serve, to offer humanity. A lot of times, actually, the Aquarius energy is described as being here to offer wisdom to the rest of us. You are the wisdom bringers as an energy sign. So your emotions are laced in this wisdom. And you're being invited to celebrate that. That's the lunar phase, as we relate the energies of the Aquarian moon to this card. This is what you're being invited to celebrate, your wisdom. You have wisdom to offer. With this moon in Aquarius alignment, I would say that that's more so the interpretation than you going to find wisdom from somebody else. In the Aquarian energy, it's very hard for Aquarians to learn from anybody else but experience. So you're being invited to celebrate the experience, the wisdom that you have. You're being encouraged to know that that wisdom is enough to guide you through whatever it is that you're going through. And you're being invited to celebrate this about yourself. Celebrate your wisdom. Share your wisdom. Utilize your wisdom. Tap into your wisdom to navigate your life and this situation, especially when it comes to your emotions. Your emotions are so very important. I would say that this is most likely the hardest alignment for any of the emotional signs, any of the moon signs, because Aquarius is so mentally focused, because air is a mental sign, that it's really hard for the Aquarian archetype to understand emotions. You think about the things you feel, but you don't actually have a visceral feeling experience of them. And like I said, you have to experience things to know them. So this may be an area of your life that is difficult for you, or you may have other emotional water signs in your chart that are bringing you this emotional experience and awareness. If you want to know more information about that, reach out to me. We'll do a private reading, okay? But in general, you're being invited to celebrate your wisdom. You do have wisdom from experience. You are being invited to share it. That is a way of celebrating it. And you're also just being invited to share the wisdom of your heart. What has your heart learned throughout your lifetime? This is the time to celebrate that and to share it with yourself, to help navigate you through whatever you're going through, and also to share it with the collective. Okay? The area of your life that you're meant to share your wisdom is going to come in through which house this moon phase is happening for you. So go ahead and watch that reading. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste. So this full moon in Aries is happening in your 11th house. We're going to talk about what the 11th house is. If you're already familiar with this energy, scroll ahead to the interpretation. So the 11th house is the area of your life that deals with friendship. It deals with your relationships that are 2 or more. So friendships, community groups, charity work, your wishes, your dreams, the energy of Aquarius, which is the humanitarian energy. That's where the wishes and charity comes in. And it's all group energy, right? Any relationships that are 2 or more. And your earned money, actually. So this is the area of your life that you're being invited to celebrate. Especially you're being invited to celebrate your wisdom. So my friend, the wisdom you have gained from working with groups is what you're being called to celebrate and share at this time. The wisdom you have gained from your friends, your friend dynamics, your community work, the charity work that you're doing, this is the guidance that you're being invited to share with others and to utilize to help guide yourself through whatever you're going through right now. You have the wisdom. Metis is telling you to celebrate that by tapping into it and harnessing it, particularly when it comes to friendships and community, because this is the area of your life that this is occurring. I don't know that I have much more to add to you. I always think the Aquarian energies are like very straight to the point, and I love that about you and this vibe. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, by the way. That's why I'm talking about the Aquarian energy. And that's why these 2 alignments are in the same video, because the energies are linked. Yeah. I'm trying to help you guys learn slowly about your astrology through these videos. Let me know how that's coming through and let me know what questions you guys still have. So that's really all I have to share with you, my beautiful 11th house full moon in Aries friends. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the wisdom that you're sharing about groups and community. We need this now. As the human species starts to come together as one big community, we're going to need the wisdom of how to navigate community dynamics successfully. So thank you for the wisdom you bring. Thank you for the experience that you have in this area. And thank you for celebrating it by speaking up about it. Speaking up with it. By sharing it. Thank you. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.